Hey, Sean here from speedcubereview.com. I'm going to be using CubeDB to go over a solve that I just showed in my GAN 11M Pro video. It was a Roux solve, and I don't know if it's my best time with Roux at this point, but one of the closest and kind of my process of doing this. And so to start out, we'll just kind of go through what we have going on. And in this, we already have a nice block made. So you can see that square right there is already made. So I'm going to build off of that. And the other two pieces are right on top here. We've got the corner and the edge right here. So it's actually a really easy insertion. You could even just almost like a F2L sort of thing, doing L prime, U, and then setup, which we actually have right there. However, you see these moves beforehand. So there's also this. Since this first block is on red, we could actually start working on the second one. And so I realized I could set this up without messing up these two pieces. So if I did an F prime, and then an R2, and then F2, R prime, that solved that right there. And you can actually see it a little more clearly if I just press play. So that made that square and set that up. Now I can do these other two pieces, which you'll see right here where I'm lining up and then inserting kind of just like F2L. And so at this point now I've got that full block made and a square made. Luckily the second block is right on top. There's nothing really hidden. Back here I've got these two pieces. So I'm going to just again kind of solve it like F2L, do a U move and then RU2 R prime and insert. The very last move will be a wide move. So since there's green on top, I don't want green or blue on top. I want white or yellow. So I'm going to do a wide R at the end, which we can see right here. So I'll just hit play so you can watch this. So I'm setting this up and inserting those pairs and then a wide move at the end to put white and yellow on the top. The reason you want that is because that way when you go into edge orientation, your centers are oriented, and that way you can just jump right into the edges and not have to worry about that. You could have off-center or off-centers, I guess, so you have a little more option, but it's hard to look ahead with that. Okay, so CMLL. Now, this CMLL is not a difficult one, where I see I have, actually let me go back one move here, where you can see you have two corners and those two corners match the exact same colors here. And so that's a pretty easy one to notice and actually a really nice algorithm. Just RU2 R prime and then sledgehammer. Now actually let me adjust this real quick. This should be an R2 prime. And the reason why it's important to be R2 prime is because that way that's actually how I'd move. I'd do the R prime and then another R prime, which is sledgehammer, and then RU2 R prime. Okay, for edge orientation, this is what they call an arrow case. So if you don't know much about Roux, it's where you have three misoriented edges on top and one on bottom. Now I can see it's not this one right here because if this was misoriented, I would have yellow or white facing me. So it's in back, and an arrow case is really easy to do because it's just three moves. M, U, M prime, or M prime, U prime, M, or anything like that. One other thing I'm looking for as I do this is I want red and orange to be on bottom because those are the next two edges we want to solve. So I know that I can put this red one on bottom, and you'll see right here as I do this, I'm going to move it so red is on bottom and then orange is on top. So the next thing I do is put this orange one down here, so that way we can solve it with an M2, which these next 5 moves are going to put this orange down here and then solve them with an M2. And that actually should be an M2 prime of what I actually did, because I like to do that instead of turning it the other way. From here, there's only the last 4 edges, which actually I'll do one more move just to line this up. And even though it's last 4 edges, there's only 3 edges left out of place. And this is a 3 move M prime U2 M to solve that, and then a U2 to finish it up. And there we go. So that is that Roux solve. It wasn't a skip or anything, which I really like. I wasn't like where I suddenly had CMLL solved. It was a full solve. It was just something I was able to plan ahead a lot at the beginning. Well, hopefully you learned something from that. It's really nice that I can check this out and go through it and then watch it done through there. So thank you very much, Gil, for putting this website together. It's really helpful, and I'll see you guys later.